Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you for having me today and giving me this opportunity to talk about the story of VELI.store. As we describe ourselves internally, we are a technological business built by humans for humans. So today I will be talking about business, about technology, and about humans. However, humans part will be dominating, as I want to focus more what we ordinary people can learn from world of technology. I want to start with this famous quote, which is saying something very true, that technology has changed already and this constantly changes the world that we are living in. And of course, every technology startup has something like that in mind, that they want to and we want to change the world. And we at VELI.store also have such ambition or dream to changing the world. Well, Georgia at first, obviously, but then the world. However, today I want to talk more about how technology changed my personal world. And obviously, I will be talking about myself mostly, hoping you will find something interesting as well. Let me begin the story. So this is me, ordinary business guy, years ago, having all the necessary attributes business guy should have, like nice MBA, different types of experiences, big companies, small ones, startups, some of them failing. So all this stuff really business guy should have. I had some, I would say, limited understanding of technology. And I can demonstrate this on my next slide. So this is me when I built mining rig during one of cryptocurrency hypes. Even though I didn't make any money there, I'm still proud of it. So that was me, and in 2021, I got into the VELI.store project. As all startups do, we also started in a small room with a small team. So as we grew, of course, our team also grew, especially the crazy ones, and I'm referring to our tech team. And one of the craziest one, our CTO, the guy with the blonde hair, is here today. So this makes me especially nervous as I'm here on the stage and trying to talk about technology, and he's somewhere there in the darkness, listening to me. So it's for me like a big brother is watching me. Hopefully I'll be fine. Hi, wherever you are. So yes, and this is how we started VELI.store. And the beauty of, for me, of course, the beauty of working for a startup and doing a startup is that you really start, and by you I mean a team. You really start and go on as a team. Not as a team as described in the business books, not squad or tribe with KPIs, OKRs, or something, some fancy words like this, but team that is really organic and natural. Probably as organic as natural as were these guys who teamed up in ancient times to hunt down a mammoth. I like this comparison a lot, as I find really a lot of similarities there. Probably as they were hungry for hunting down a mammoth, we were and are hungry for building a great product. And as we do it, and as we do it constantly, day by day, we understand how interdependent we are, and either all of us win and hunt down a mammoth, or we don't, and we stay hungry. Sometimes, of course, things get messy, and there is a lot of stress, and then again you handle obstacles together, and then you celebrate. At one of those days, again, me and our CTO decided to go to a bar and have a bottle of wine. And of course, we started to talk as we usually do, and we talked about everything. And at one point of time, he started to explain me the concept of object-oriented programming. What is it all about? What's the idea? What it brings? And stuff like that. And I was literally shocked as I understood that someone is talking to me for an hour or so, explaining me something, and I couldn't get anything. So that was total blackout for me. And this was the moment for me when you have like eye-opening moments and you say to yourself that enough is enough. And I decided to do what I always wanted to do, but never had time, determination, or doesn't matter. So I bought my first programming course on Udemy. I invested $11.99 there, and I created a folder in my special place on my Google Drive. And when I create such kind of folder in this special place, this means that I'm really serious about it. There are some folders there, and they have some mini stories behind. The first one, the bottom one, is when I was heavily hit by my midlife crisis. I was 36, so I didn't know what to do, and I quit my job. Then I started to Google to find out what other guys are doing in the similar situation. And Google said that they buy either Porsche or some fancy car like this. As I was already jobless, I couldn't afford Porsche, so I wrote a book. Second one is already during pandemic, when all of us got locked and I had plenty of time, so I decided to do, again, what I always wanted to do, and I became a winemaker. And I'm still very proud of it. Third one, you already know, it's me becoming a programmer while I'm on a journey of doing technological startup. So, okay, I got all the materials, I got my special folder, and I started to learn bit by bit, like an hour in a day, sometimes several hours in a week. And as I got more into the subject and got overwhelmed with concepts from the programming world, I understood one thing, that those guys, coders, who created this world and are behind it, are very good at one thing, and this one thing is efficiency. As I concluded, they had to be very efficient, as they always had natural limitations, and this natural limitation is computing speed from one side, so processing power, and memory from other side. And they had to be very creative to use these resources in an extremely efficient way. So I was tempted to take some of the concepts and use it in my everyday life and business. And now I will go through some examples, how it worked for me, how it worked for VELI.store, and what we did. Okay, first one, reusability. Reusability is generally the idea that when you build something, you should build it in a way that either you or someone else in this program or other can use it again. How can we apply reusability to our everyday business? So VELI.store is actually an online retailer, so we selling a lot of product is our daily task. And what we usually used to do, and what others usually do, are something like this. So you make a discount, you make like this new price, old price thing, then you communicate it to the customers, and if you do it properly, it works. So you sell a lot of them. But do we create something that is reusable during this process? I would say no, as usually when the discounts are gone and our products are gone, customers are also gone. So can we use the idea of reusability in this sense? Yes, my answer is, and this is what we do. We bring people in front. We talk more about the values of company. We talk about why we are here, what we do, how we can serve our customers. And by doing this, we create reusable marketing assets that works for you after discounts, after sales, and after New Year, and Black Friday, and all this stuff. And as you create more and more such assets, the effect is compounding, and finally, you become very powerful in bringing the message to the customers. This is one example. However, we always have this in mind, and when we are deciding of allocating companies' resources, financial or human, to one direction or another, we always think, do we create something that will be reusable for us in the future, or it's one-time spaceship? And we always try to invest more in reusable things, and this works. Second example, debugging. Debugging is my favorite thing. It's really brilliant, as simple as it is. So the process is that you first identify the bug, then isolate it, then you think of how you fix it, then you fix it, and then you test it. Like very straightforward process, like tuck, 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 like that. So how can we apply? How we applied, actually. This is how. Probably all of you know this growth hacking funnel, and this is a great tool. We use it a lot, of course, but we created something else with the idea of debugging. And we call it debugging the growth. And what we mean by it? What we mean is that we try to find and isolate and fix tiny little bugs that stops us from growing as fast as we theoretically can do. And this is one example what we did. So once we were tackling the problem of average order value. So this is very important for any e-commerce, the average order value. And we wanted to increase it. There is a lot of ways, different ways of increasing it, but we wanted to increase it by more items sold per order. So cross-sell, upsell, stuff like that. We tried some things, but it didn't work. So we had like 2 items per order steadily. So we went on debugging and we asked customers, why are not they buying more products from us? And the answer was that, okay, you are nice guys, I like the service you provide, but you don't have that much products. You don't have that much categories. Okay, seems kind of logical, but as we knew that we kind of doubled our categories and our assortment of the products we were providing, and these 2 items per order still remained stable, we thought that there might be something else, and we continued debugging. What we found is this little tiny bug. So you can see these icons, which actually are the names of categories at VELI.store, and you can scroll it. We found out that very few, almost nobody was scrolling it. So basically what was happening that people are coming to our page, especially from the mobile. Bunch of our traffic comes from mobile, of course. And they didn't scroll the categories, so they didn't explore what's new on VELI.store in terms of products. We thought that we found it, and we fixed it in this way. So we created big black button, just named it straightforward like all categories. And when you hit the button, it expands and it shows all categories that VELI.store has. And what happened was that our number of items per order started to grow instantly. And now it's around 3. So the growth from 2 to 3 is huge in terms of revenue and in terms of loyalty as well. As more products customers are buying from you, more loyal they are. So with fixing and hunting down this tiny bug, we increased our revenue and loyalty almost for 50%. Modularity. Modularity is probably one of the most useful ones. And basically it means that when you build a company or software, this is about software, you take the different pieces of this software and try to build it that it should be as independent and as modular as it is possible. So we applied this also while building a VELI.store, and of course, especially we used it while developing a technology, but also we used it in the physical part. For instance, we built our warehouse in a modular way, our delivery system in a modular way, and of course, the technology. A few examples. For instance, if there was a time then we said that, okay, now we need payment integration. Tech team would say that, no, we don't do payment integration. What we do is that we build the payment module, and then we make the integration. Another example, we needed vouchers, coupons for stimulating the growth. Again, the tech team said that we don't make vouchers, sorry guys. What we do is that we make the reward module, and then we make vouchers inside the reward module. And finally, when we built VELI in this way, in terms of tech and in terms of physical, it gave us incredible flexibility. Again, several examples. B2B. So we even did not imagine that we would have the B2B business. It was not our plan. But customers started to call to our support and asked if they can buy from us products as a company, so B2B. We analyzed we understood that this is the opportunity, and we sat down and analyzed how can we do B2B. So one change in user module, we created new instance there, B2B customers. And one change in payment module, we disabled there some payment methods which are not interesting for B2B, like a pay later schemes and so on. And that's it. We created whole new business in 2 weeks. So this is what you get from modularity. Another example. Again, in support, people started to call and asked us if we can put a small congratulation note. It appears that people buy the products and as a gift and send it directly to the person they want to make a gift for. So we understood that this is interesting product to have in VELI.store. Again, we analyzed it and we did a change in order management module. It took us and of course front-end parts a bit, it took us again like 1 week or 2 weeks, and we launched the product. And now 5% of our revenues comes from this feature. Another example, cashback. So we planned the cashback campaigns with our partners, and cashback logics and cashback system was on their side. So what we found out that people really get cashback after 2 or 3 weeks after they make initial purchase. So we didn't like it. We wanted to have like instant cashback and analyzed how can we do it. And again, one change in reward module and one change in payment module, and that was it. It was unbelievable, including testing. We managed to build cashback on our side in 3 days. And the result was that customer gave us really good feedback because we instantly were getting their money back. and they were not used to it. So loyalty and word of mouth and such stuff was like amazing in this case. So this is modularity. This is a very powerful thing when you build the whole company with modularity in mind, and I mean tech first of all, and physical teams and physical departments as well. What it gives you finally, that it gives you huge flexibility. And as you grow and as you grow as a startup and you enter the high growth mode period, as we are now, you remain this flexibility, and you can handle the problems very easily. And at the end of the day, what you understand that the problems are nice guys, and the problems is like an endless list or field or valley for new ideas and innovations. And this is all comes from modularity. That was my examples. One final note that what I was trying to say that for me, the programming, starting learning the programming worked in a strange way, that I didn't become a programmer, although I have an offer from my team as a junior developer. However, I got from this concept the new ways of thinking, new ways of looking at things, and new ways of tackling the problems. And I call it like a small magics, because when you come from other area, in my case the business world, and when you merge the new world, in this case technology, inside yourself, and they collide, there happens some new strange magics, and the things you learn are great. And I think this will be true for everyone, not only me. I'm not someone very unique or brilliant. Again, I'm ordinary business guy. And my final takeaway or advice would be that if you are someone like me, interested in tech and a bit lazy to start, don't waste this time, and you don't need to have the goal of becoming programmer, developer, or coder. You don't need to have a goal to earn a living with it. You can just go for it, and you will find the whole new world there. Thank you. It was my pleasure talking to you.